Hey, Steve Riley, welcome to this episode of Great Practice, Great Life. One of the core ceilings inside a law firm is what we call the promotion trap. And the promotion trap is where the owner, the lawyer, wants to promote somebody, and the team member probably wants to be promoted, but they're in this really weird dialogue where they're trapped and they can't quite figure out how to talk to each other about it to actually help both of them grow. Now, inside most law firms, the lawyer's thinking about growth, but if they don't understand how the promotion trap puts a ceiling on growth, then there's a lot of frustration like, what do I do? So today I brought Patti Paz, the coach of our team leader certification program, who is the perfect person to talk about this because Patty's gone from the very, very beginning role inside of a law firm to paralegal to intake to team leader, adjunct practice advisor for Atticus, and also coaching law firms, coaching lawyers, coaching team leads, and leading our team leader program. So with that, I just want to say, Patty, welcome to the show.
Thank you much. Thank you so much, Steve. It's great to be here. I always enjoy doing podcasts with you, and it's an honor to spend this time and helping any way we can.
Thank you, and thanks for being here. You just came off of teaching a team leader program, so I know I know lots happening in Patty land. So, let's talk about this for a few minutes. So, generally speaking, my experience as a owner, and Atticus, I think, is about my 20th business. I have to go back and count them. But as an owner, I'm always trying to promote. I'm always trying to get my team to the next level because I generally know that getting somebody to the next level usually means that the revenue of the firm grows too. Because if I'm able to promote people up in the firm, then generally speaking, revenue will also grow. My assumption here is most team members want to grow. Is that a fair statement? Do you think most team members want to grow, or most team members are kind of growth adverse? What are your thoughts?
Most members want to grow. The team members you want to keep are the ones that want to grow.
So if you were to coach a team member, and I know you obviously you're leading the team leader program, what were some things that you would tell a team member to respond with other than I'm not ready to communicate promotability?
Well, I would coach them through stating that I'm ready to learn. I'm excited to grow. I'll need your help. How does that look? Ask good questions. Show that you're interested. Talk about the bigger picture of the firm and what your hopes are for the firm and how you'd like to make the firm more profitable. And you can say, I don't feel like I'm ready. What do you see I need to be ready? What are some projects that I can work on to get me ready for the promotion? What are different things that I could be doing now to prepare?
I like it. I like it because really what you're trying to do is you're trying to up level somebody's skills. And to do that, you want to know how to test their level of commitment to play at the next level because you're going to invest money and time and training into the next level. I mean, for you, it's one of the things I strongly recommend to all of our lawyers, no matter whether or not they think their team members ready to become a team leader, is they should jump into the team leader program to get further training because the lawyers don't have time to up level and the lawyers have never been a team leader. This is why you're so critical, I think, to growth for a lot of lawyers. What are your thoughts?
I think the team leader program is very helpful. If you have a paralegal that is a workhorse and doing a great job for you, and you think that they would be a great team leader, putting them into level one to see how they handle the material and the reading and other team leaders in the program would be very helpful. Within that program, we have time built in that we strongly recommend that the team leader taking the program is meeting with the attorney owner, so that's important time where they can share with you on what they're learning and you can see how they're handling the material. If they're going into the meeting with you saying, oh my word, I learned today about 90-day ramp of success and how we can make training more efficient and how we can build our team members during the orientation time and the training, and it was so exciting. Well, you have the potential of a team leader if they're getting excited. If they come back with, "Oh my word, this is overwhelming. I don't really understand what they're trying to teach me. I know all this stuff. It's really not anything new for me." Not very exciting. It may not be time for that team member, that paralegal to
Or
attend.
or or this will never work.
Yeah.
So if you're promoting somebody from like a legal assistant to a paralegal, you may pay them first, but if you're promoting somebody from, you know, a paralegal to a team lead over the paralegal team, it might be a different conversation. Depends on what the jump might be. So if you were to give somebody some promotable language here, like a way out of this trap, what would you say?
Maybe something like, let's try it for 30 days and then maybe we can adjust compensation. Set some expectations and some parameters. I think the worry is they may have an attorney owner that they've seen a track record of piling and piling and piling and not compensating. So they're automatically making that assumption. So if you set some expectations of, that sounds exciting, I would love to do that. What does it look like after I've learned part of the job? What does compensation look like? Is there a raise in the future? Is there a bonus system that you're thinking of putting in place? Ask those questions so you can set the expectation of, yeah, you're not just going to pile on to me more work and pay me the same. Because in their minds, that may be what they're thinking. Oh yeah, right. They're just piling on. And so I think the attorney owner really needs to have the conversation of, this is what I'm thinking. This is how I'm looking at compensation, but let's see if it's a right fit for you. Let's see if this is something that you're going to enjoy, something that you can do well, and something that moves the firm forward.
That's great. That's terrific because if you're asking someone to do more work, they should be completely compensated more. But if you're up leveling them skill wise into a new role, they may not be in a position that it makes sense to immediately adjust their comp to where you'd like to see it. So you want to kind of consider that sometimes a up level, a promotion could be a collaboration. Now, for the lawyer, they've got to really think through what they're trying to do here. And sometimes if they're trying to, like you said, do a drive-by promotion, it means they really haven't thought it through. They don't really have a good plan. They haven't really thought through what this person's going to do. They just don't want to do whatever the thing is they're trying to get that person to do. And that's really what they're trying to do is promote somebody's like, okay, you're now officially promoted to the person that handles all clients' complaints. Congratulations. Not the job you want to hear or not the job you want. Although some firms could use that role. So, anything you want to add to that before we move to the next conversation? Because I want to talk to folks about how to create some door openers for a promotable conversation, kind of a template to have how to have a promotable conversation with the attorney. If you're ready for a promotion, how do you go to the lawyer and say, I'm ready for a promotion in a way that the lawyer goes, you are, versus, it sounds like you're asking for more money.
Well, I don't know why, and this is one of my favorite Atticus tools, but what popped into my head was the project pitch. It's a bigger project, but actually filling out a project pitch and figuring out what the end game is, what outcome do you want? But I think that thinking ahead on what would I have to do to make this conversation worthwhile on how to be promotable. And I think just having that outline and putting the time and effort into it gets it organized, get your thoughts organized. I think even the attorney owner doing a project pitch on how to have the conversation with the team member on being promoted would be powerful.
Is there anything that you require the lawyer to do? Because if the team lead's going through this and we're trying to get the team lead be better at being a team leader, we also have to train the lawyer. So what do you do to support the lawyer and the team lead as they improve the relationship?
One of the things that we ask the team leaders to do is to set a meeting with the attorney owner after each session, just get it on the calendar. And I shoot for a half an hour. Now, the idea of this meeting is to have the team leader share what they're learning, but it gives the attorney owner the ability to continue the coaching and then also determine what they want to implement. They're going to be learning new things each session. And as the attorney owner, in your mind what you want to work on within your firm. So if that concept is taught, you can then say, okay, those three things are great, but I think what's going to help us the most right now where we are is to work with our team members on time management. So let's focus on that. If you're not having those meetings, you don't have that opportunity. And I do see within the team leader program, the team leaders that are meeting with their attorney owners between the sessions are gaining more ground and they're implementing faster and they're making a difference in the law firm for the attorney owner more effectively.